Um, it is Tuesday, the 26th. I'm super excited because my cleaning lady is at my house right now. And so nice to have her there cleaning my house from top to bottom. She's so thorough. I mean, she even cleans my toothbrush charger, which, she's just so thorough and I love it. And she's just a delightful person. So it's fun to have her in my house for several hours. I am actually on my way right now. Well, I'm on my way over to the hospital right now to drop off John's phone because he left it at home. And then after that, I am going to give blood. And so, I was going to say I'm looking forward to that. Whoever looks forward to giving blood, but I feel good about it when I do it. So if you are not somebody who gives blood regularly, I would strongly encourage you to do it. They actually have these things. You can just go to bloodhero.com, and that's United Blood Services. And when you donate, you earn points, and then you can use your points to get stuff in their Blood Hero store. And then a lot of times places will offer, you get something for donating blood. So in Flagstaff, there's a pizza place called Fratelli, and they usually give a free pizza. You get a coupon for a free pizza when you donate blood. So hopefully that is something that they're still doing, because John and I really like Fratelli. It's one of our favorite places. Just dropped off the phone, was at outpatient services, and it's right next to where the emergency room entrance is, which of course reminded me of my dad and being there when he broke his hip, which was, when was that? In February? End of January, something like that. I was saying to John last night when we were getting ready for bed, I was like, I miss my dad. And he said, yeah, I do too. So I have my dad's picture on my lock screen on my phone, so every time I check my phone, I see him smiling at me. It's actually a picture that I took of him, so the smile on his face is actually him smiling at me. I just miss him. Golly, I was looking at another picture of him last night that I have on my computer, and just thinking how weird it's going to be, that 20 years from now, I'll still be thinking, I miss my dad. And anyway, I've been mostly good, probably because I've been so busy, and now that things are settling down, it's kind of hitting me again. So it's really hard to lose somebody, I just have never really, I've lost grandparents, but my dad's parents were, they lived in Illinois, and so we didn't see them very much, once a year maybe. And my grandfather, my dad's dad, died when I was, I think, 8. And then my grandmother died when I was 15 in high school. And then I never knew my mom's dad. And then my mom's mom passed away. Gosh, it was probably about 20 years ago. And she lived in New York, and I was closer to her than I was my dad's parents, but I still, didn't see her that much. And it was, I remember being sad when she was gone. It was weird that, I had this phone number of hers on my phone, but, but she wasn't going to be at the other end of a phone call. I remember that. But there's just nothing like losing a parent, It's just so much harder. So I just finished giving blood. It took longer than normal because I decided to do what they call power red, and for that they take double the red blood cells, and so they take out the blood, then they sift out the red blood cells, and then they put the platelets and plasma back in, and then they take more of your blood out, and then they separate it out, and they put the plasma and the platelets back in. That way, apparently they need that concentrated blood for if you're like for people in accidents and emergency, or things like that. And if you have a negative blood type, then they really do want that, that they really do want that kind of blood. So I'd never done it before, and so I thought I would just go ahead and do it. I'm not sure I will do it again. I guess the thing that was the most bothersome is that I don't know, it just kind of stung at a certain point, and now my arm stings. I was also a little bit more tingly than normal. Not like I felt like I was gonna faint, but like I was thinking, I probably really should stay the entire 15 minutes that they ask you to stay afterwards, just because I didn't know for sure how I would react to that. So you can't give a power blood donation as frequently. I think you can give blood every 8 weeks, but with this kind of a donation, it's every 4 months. So I just thought I would do it just because, and I did. So there you go. But I've done my good deed as a citizen. And just so you know, in case you've never heard me say this before, but I started giving blood because there was a period of time in my life where I absolutely hated, I don't know who loves needles, but really hated them. Like if I had to get a shot, if I knew I was going to have to get a shot, I would cry, like in high school. And so just to get over it, I thought, well, I shouldn't be afraid of needles, so I'm just going to give blood. And so that's kind of how I got over my fear of needles. Hey, you guys, well, I am so excited because my cleaning lady came today. The house is all put together. As you can see, everything is all nice and neat. And then she cleaned everything. Of course, my office, I told her to just leave that alone because that is a mess at this point. In fact, I should film a little bit of it so you can see how, how it still needs work. I had in my other office, I had an armoire, which is right there now. And my armoire held all of my like craft supplies and different things. And so now, because I don't have that, I just have to figure out what to do with everything. So, but it feels so nice to have everything thoroughly cleaned. I'm loving it. Monica, hey, loved having my cleaning lady here. Of course, she loves, having anybody pay attention to her. So yeah, she had a good time. Chad hid the whole time. That's what he does. And Mary, I don't know if she remembered her, but Mary knew my cleaning lady from before. She was definitely very friendly with her, so that was good. Let me go ahead and take you into my office, though, so you can see that I still have work to do on this apartment. Okay, so here it is. Got stuff everywhere. Oh, here's my box for an empties video. But yeah, I have a lot of stuff to put away. Part of this will, oh, there's Chad. Charlie. Chad. Well, he doesn't want to look up. Part of what I want to do is go through the drawers here because they are not all full. And so if I organize them nicely, then some of this stuff can go into them. Other stuff, I'm just going to have a way of having more stuff on top of the desk than I did at my other place, just because I don't have that armoire space to store it. I do have some, you can see, well, if you can, it's kind of dark, some boxes underneath that are holding some things. But this I'm going to work on a little bit every day and hopefully get it nicely cleaned up. Chad. No, he's not. Chad. He doesn't want to look up. Kitty. Come on, some people want to see you. There he is. Okay, and I don't know where Mary is. Let me go look for her because I had some people asking about them. Mary, hi. Hey, hi. Hi there, Mary. Oh, of course, Monica's got to get in on the action. Part of the problem with this apartment is that it's dark. I think I mentioned that to you before. It doesn't look dark right now, but when I turned the camera the other way, it did. We get very little sunlight, and I'll take you out on the patio so you can kind of see it's still got some stuff that needs to be put away and organized. Oh, and I'll show you Monica's little pee thing because she insists on peeing on the concrete instead of this little strip of rocks we have. But this patio is quite large, but because it's kind of in a corner and we're on a courtyard, it doesn't get a whole lot of sunlight, which makes the apartment itself pretty dark. So I have lights on all the time, like even in the middle of the day, because it gets really dark in here. Okay, so this thing is called a pet loo, L-O-O, and did I show you this before? Anyway, I had to get some new grass for the top of it because Monica had pulled it off and shredded it, so I got some fake grass that's a little bit more sturdy. That's some padding stuff that John's going to use for sound, for music stuff. So, and then this was all the fake grass stuff. I bought a big roll, figuring that if Monica tears this thing apart, that I will have more. That is not going to stay here. We'll put that in storage. But anyway, so this area is pretty large, and then come out here, and there's more patio. So it's actually quite big. It's the biggest patio of all the apartments, and so that's kind of nice. So Monica will sometimes use that rock area to do her business, but other times she just insists on going on the concrete. And since we put that thing out, she uses it and she doesn't go on the concrete. So I don't know what it is about. I don't know why. I mean, she's used to going on all different kinds of surfaces, but she tends to like something flatter, I think, than rocks. And we had bought this thing because we were anticipating that when the snow comes that she wouldn't want to go out in the snow, and so we got this. And it doesn't show to the rest of the world because it's behind this wall here. Those wine bottle things back there are actually oil lamps, so I don't just have wine sitting on my patio. But yeah, this looks out into the courtyard area that has a jacuzzi. And then there's a couple of grills over there and a TV, and so it's kind of a cool little setup. So we're headed over to we're headed over to this happy hour that's right down here. They're featuring some new beers from Stone Brewing Company. And we can just walk. It's right over here. So we thought we would go check it out. We haven't been to a happy hour at this place yet. We don't usually hit happy hours, but we thought we would tonight. So figured this would be kind of fun. Okay, so apparently the beers from this brewing company, all of them are super high alcohol content. And once they get past a certain point, when they have that high alcohol content, they just don't taste very good. So we're not even going to have any of this stuff from the brewery they're featuring. But what did I have? It's called a Chimay Premier. It's an amber, and it was actually quite good. Kind of has a little bit of apricot flavor to it. And for dinner tonight, we went to a place called Ahi Pokey, and we both got half rice, half salad. And then you get to choose your meat. I got a kimchi shrimp and salmon. And then, we had some avocado on there and some other toppings. I got some crispy onions and sesame seeds and edamame. And it's kind of tossed with a house sauce. And it looks really yummy. So right now I'm going to make this recipe for peanut butter, blueberry, and oat energy squares. Thought it looked like it would be good. It calls for peanut butter, maple syrup, rolled oats, blueberries, pistachios, and salt. And then you just, it's a no-bake kind of a thing. You just press it into a cookie sheet and refrigerate it. So we're having an early dinner tonight because we're going to be going to a rodeo. This is one of the HelloFresh recipes, but I'm not currently subscribed to HelloFresh. The nice thing is that when you sign up for that, they give you this nice recipe card, and it tells all the specific ingredients and the amounts you need. So in the future, if you decide not to continue to subscribe to the service and have them send you the food, you can still use the recipe. So this is a toasted pesto gnocchi, and it has mushrooms and green beans in it, and sun-dried tomatoes. Well, we are going to the rodeo. Hopefully it'll be fun. When was the last time we went, John? Like 3 years ago, maybe?
Yeah.
So, the gates opened about an hour ago, right? I don't even know what time it is. Yeah, about an hour ago, but it doesn't start for another hour. And the Flagstaff Pro Rodeo was a big deal for many years, and then it went away for many years, and then it came back a few years back, and our old neighbor is president of the board. No, he's president this year, it said. Anyway, so should be fun. We're meeting some friends of John's from a band he's in. I haven't met them, but hopefully it'll be a fun time.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me be the first to welcome each and every one of you out here tonight. Thanks for coming and being a part of it. Monkey Boosters, let's ride! Come on, buddy, come on, Isaac. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, make some noise! Woo-hoo! Oh yeah, oh yeah! Oh, putting safely on the ground. All right, there's the turn. Nice.
It's Sunday early. I'm going over to the farmer's market by myself. John's asleep because he's on call this weekend, and they called him at midnight to go in for a surgery. So he got home. I was surprised that he got home as early as he did, but I think it was 1:45 when he got home and got in bed. And anyway, I just now got up, like literally like 15 minutes ago, fed the animals and put on some clothes because I wanted to get over to the farmer's market before it gets too busy, and then their parking spaces fill up, and so I didn't want to have to pay to park. So I just need to get some cherry tomatoes. They had some we got last week. They're so good. Oh my gosh, so sweet. And so I have some recipes that I'm making this week that call for cherry tomatoes, and we're also going to be having some salads, and so I wanted to run over and get those. With the rodeo last night was fun. It was just fun. All the events were great. I guess I would say my highlight of the night was this little kid that did the mutton racing, where the little kids ride a sheep, and and this one kid came out of the gate and slid to the side, but was hanging on to the wool and just hanging on, and did the whole ride sideways and rode the sheep farther and longer than anybody else. It was hilarious. Just this tiny little kid. I think it was like 6 years old or something. And then the bull riding, which is probably the thing most people look forward to. That was probably the most disappointing, because they had, we left toward the end, but we probably saw 10 different rides, and only one person made it 8 seconds. So that was a little bit disappointing. But there was one funny thing that one of the clowns had a microphone on, and he was talking to the announcer, and he said, "I got a question about why bull riders wear helmets." And he goes, "Yeah," and he goes, "I don't understand it." He said, "The helmet protects the skull, that protects the brain, that told this guy to get on a bull." So that was kind of funny. Then we came home, and we've been doing some binge watching on Netflix. We have never, believe it or not, we've never had Netflix before. We've just had HBO, and we record a lot of things that and watch that way, but we have Netflix for the first time. So needless to say, we've been binge watching. So what we were binge watching last night was Sneaky Pete. Have you seen that? It's really a good one. And then there's another one, though. We binge watched another one that was a sci-fi thing called Altered Carbon. I don't know. I don't think most girls would like it, but that one's okay. But the one that I love, and we ran through the only 2 seasons that are available just so quickly. I think in 1 week we watched both seasons. But that is Man in the High Castle. Oh my gosh, you guys! If you have Netflix, you have to watch it's not on Netflix. I think it's Amazon Prime. Yeah, Amazon Prime Video. Anyway, Man in the High Castle is sort of a scenario of what if the Germans and Japanese had won World War II. And so it really is just, it's a fascinating story. So, yeah, anyway, that's not what we were watching last night, because we have to wait until, I think, fall before the next season of Man in the High Castle comes out. But we were watching Sneaky Pete. So we went to bed late, and then John got called in for surgery. Well, okay, I am almost to the farmer's market. Looks like there's some kind of a big, it is 4th of July, the weekend before 4th of July, so looks like there's some big craft fair going on here, Art in the Park. Might have to hit that today.